This will be a day long remembered. Now I am the master.
Welcome to another episode of Legends and Theories. And this week I decided to go back to the events of the Clone Wars Year Zero to go over the events of Obi-Wan Kenobi number 3. I got Obi-Wan Kenobi number 4 earlier this week, and I wanted to see if it was a direct continuation of 3, and it is, but it's a sequel that takes place a few years later in the war, and I decided to put it as part of my Clone Wars recap and review series. So with it, I'm going to place this at the best guess of where it would go in the timeline, since I can't get it 100% confirmed, unlike other storylines and comics and a few other books I'm going to use in future videos. So with this, I will have a few screenshots from the comics, both this one and then next week's, which will be set about right after the Night Sisters arc. And this one, the best essay I could get is they mention the destruction of the Rishi station, and with that, it makes sense for this to be taking place right after that. So that's where I'm placing this. It'll be between the episode Rookies and Downfall of a Droid. But if I find a better source, I'll move it around a little bit. And in my Year Zero video, I'll just have a little thing pop up to direct you to this video. I'm going to do the same thing for Tales of the Jedi and any other Clone Wars stories that are a little newer that are now appearing in more modern Star Wars media that I could go and tie in with it. So let's just go straight into this comic. Before the destruction of the Rishi station by clone forces in order to stop General Grievous, Commander Cody and Obi-Wan Kenobi were able to get information in the fact of the Separatists were building a new ion cannon that would be able to destroy fleets on the planet of Abrion Major. With it, the Republic forces are needing to go and take the main facility, which has only one access point, a bridge that comes from both the north and south of a series of islands that leads to the facility, which is the only way in. Republic forces are planning to attack and break off in two groups, one attacking from the north and the other from the south. So if one force fails, the other one still has a chance of succeeding. Knowing morale is low, Obi-Wan Kenobi volunteers to lead the clone forces with the 212th Attack Battalion in against the Separatist forces to help them, since this attack will be a major one. Forces from the planet of Rune were sent, led by a commander named Mextrix, and with it there are many new clones, including a new clone trooper greeted by Cody named Arrow. And going down to attack, Republic forces are under much fire and even have one of their ships destroyed, causing a great amount of smoke to be clouding up their vision. With this, Obi-Wan decides to lead his troops from the south and send the rest to the north, which are led by Commander Mictrix. And with it, Obi-Wan lands and just sees so much death happening there as clone forces are cut down. And with it, they are advancing but slowly. With it, Obi-Wan watches the sunrise and is for a moment just taken aback and realizing he doesn't want to be there. But with it, he is nearly taken out by cannon fire where Commander Cody goes and saves his life. Continuing on the fight, Republic forces continue to slowly push forward, and the clone trooper arrow is only having a flag since they needed someone to go and mark their progress, and he was chosen to carry a flag. So Republic forces from orbit would have something to lock onto to see how far they have gone across the bridge. And with it, they are able to push forward and make it into the compound. Meanwhile, in the northern half of the bridge, Republic forces are being pushed back and the fight is not going well. And after taking the plans, Obi-Wan goes and prepares to evacuate when the Separatist trap is sprung and they send in their best forces to go and begin to take the bridge on both sides. With it, they already have the vastly superior armies from the north side, which has already decimated the Republic forces on that side, coming in, and on the other side, they have their best forces incoming, and with it, the battle becomes even more intense as they're forced to make a terrible decision. Republic forces have decided to get out who they can, but they have to go and destroy the bridge and the facility. And with it, Iroh is killed in the battle, and Obi-Wan wants to stay and to try and save the other forces. But with it, he is forced to retreat, and Matrix gets him onto one of the transports, escaping after the bridge is completely destroyed. And with it, Obi-Wan is horrified by what has happened and how they lost so many troops there, and Matrix is completely traumatized by these events. And with this, I thought this comic was really good. It is interesting. It is, in terms, a little short, and I kind of wish that it was spread out between more issues. And with it, it does have a sort of continuation in Obi-Wan Kenobi number 4, although that is, a little more of a self-contained story. And with it, I still really did enjoy everything in it. And even though the story is pretty short and it's all set as a flashback to when Ben Kenobi is in his hut, I still really like the story, and it is just a cool little glimpse of the Clone Wars we get. And with it, this battle is pretty crazy. It does feel like it would fit into the Clone Wars, although it's not exactly clear about where it would take place in it, where you're just making more of a guess than anything, which is just the one annoying thing for me, trying to figure out exactly where it would take place. But with it, I'm just going based on an estimate, and I'll have a little thing linking to it in, as I said, year 0, since that's where this is going to take place. And with this, as I really did enjoy the story, I'm not going to do a ranking for it because it's a comic that is also, set in the future of it, and although it does fit in the Clone Wars, it really isn't the Star Wars: The Clone Wars show, which is what I want to be ranking here. So with it, I'm going to be ranking some things that were intended to be part of the show, like Dark Disciple and Son of Dathomir, but since it's just an original story written in the era, I'm not going to do it like this. And the only reason I'm even doing it is because Marvel has digital versions of their comics that come with every physical copy you get. So I was able to use screenshots of the digital comic to go and show it, but I'm gonna have to be a little more creative when I get to Son of Dathomir since I don't have the digital version of that. And even more creative with Dark Disciple since there isn't, anything from that exists. So when I get there, I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that, but I still have like at least a few months left until that. But yeah, honestly, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next episode of Legends and Theories. Thank you for watching this episode of Legends and Theories. Please subscribe, like the video, share the video, leave a comment, check out the video on screen, and may the Force be with you.